Okay, so hello all of you. My name is Lav Susteva and I study in VIT Chennai. So today we are going to discuss about image processing functions using OpenCV Python using Google Colab. So let's get started. So while using Google Colab, we have to first import a few packages and files to get going, like import CV2, which is used to run image processing commands and all, and other also same like that. So we will quickly move on to our first question, which we will check M connectivity of a pixel. So to check M connectivity of a pixel, we have to first like read an image, and this is the function to read the image, and then we have to convert the image into grayscale to uh, get the pixel values, and then we copy the image and we make a uh, transformation in image gray one. And so after all that, we just run a loop through the grayscaled image and we check for the pixel values. Like we have defined a pixel here, P2065. So this is the pixel value. At this location there will be a image value. So we will try to fetch that value using a loop which will run through the image. And once we get to the image, like if I is equal to p0, which is this pixel 20 value, and j is equal to p1, which is 65, like this is that value. So once we go to that pixel, then we start our main processing. In that processing, what we do is first we check our four neighbors. If we check our 8 neighbors. So if we what is the condition of M connectivity is basically if the 8 neighbors match with the main pixel, they are straight away called M connected. But if it is not, then we have to check to the 4 neighbors and 8 neighbors. So if the set of 4 neighbors is not equivalent to the set of 8 neighbors, it is called M connected. And if it is any pixel value is same between 4 neighbors and 8 neighbors, then it is not M connected. So we do exactly that. We check first for the diagonal elements and the main pixel value. If they both are same, it is straight away M connected. But if it is not the case, then we check for the 4 neighbors of that pixel and compare it with the diagonal neighbors of that pixel. So if they are not same, it is M connected, and if they are same, then it is not M connected. So as we have checked for this image, Mona Lisa RGB.png, that pixel is M connected. So we can upload the files like in this files tab. As you can see, I have uploaded that file. So we can upload that file. It's a pretty simple operation. We have to just go to the files and go to this icon to upload it, and then we can choose it from a folder. So moving to our next question, which are point operations. Image negatives, it is a very simple operation. It just subtracts the uh, largest value of a pixel, which is 255 as in our case, with the image, every pixel of the image, and the result which we get is our image negative. So it is called negative transformation. The output of, as we can see, this is the original image, and after the negative transformation, which is subtracting it from 255, which is the highest value, we get this answer. So it's the same type of operation, log transformation. In log transformation also there is a function in which we do log transformation. So it is a pretty simple formula again, and it does provide a log transformation, as we can see right here. So yeah, moving to our third operation, which is a transformation function, threshold function. So what it does is basically it selects a value, and if a pixel is above that value, it just make that particular value anything we want, and if it is below a certain value, it makes it 0 or anything we want. So we can choose the thresholded point, and after that point, if the pixel value is greater than that, it converts it into a specific value, and if it is lower, so it converts it into a specific value. So we have like 3 to 4 to 5 types of transformations, threshold transformations. First one is basic RGB transformation, which is also called threshold to 0, and rest are performed on binary. Rest are transformed on the grayscale image, which is first binary threshold, then binary inverted threshold, the truncated threshold, and the threshold to 0 for the binary images, and then invert of that. So It is also pretty basic functions. We can just you can use that functions and perform the such operations. Then the next operation is bitplane slicing. In this we just slice the image, the every bit of the image. Like if it is a grayscale image, it will have 8 bits, so we will slice all the 8 bits of the image and then printed them separately. So every image is a combination of all the bits, so we just get the values of each and every bit and then print. So as we can see both that first we will see the what we did with the threshold. So it was the first RGB transformation, which is threshold to 0 for the RGB. So the result is this. Then the binary threshold, as you can see, there are only 0 or 1, so we chose a value, and if that value was greater than that, if the pixel value was greater than that value, it made that 1, and if it was less than our selected value, it made them 0. So the binary threshold inverted is just opposite of them. As you can see, the whites are converted to black and the blacks are converted to white, so it's just the opposite. Then there is a truncated threshold. It is a bit complicated, but it's all the same. Like it's just a value and you can convert it pretty easily. Then there will be just a second, sorry. Yeah, so set to 0. In this, the value I chose was exactly not 0 but just a color of grey, but it was a signal value, so it again comes into threshold only, and then the invert of that. So the bitplane is slicing. As it slices the bits into, as it slices the image into every bits, like there are 8 bits, so there will be 8. The lower bits does not have any value, so any color or value, so it does not show it. But if we take a pretty high quality image, then we will get something in that. Like as you can see, 1, 2, 4, in the 5th bit we are getting some value, but after beyond that there is nothing. So there is that. Now moving to our third question, which is using neighborhood operation, maximum neighbor and minimum neighbor. So sorry, so we have to just perform neighborhood operations applying maximum neighbor and minimum neighbor. So we just find the first neighbors as we did in the first question, and then we find the maximum value of that, and we just change the neighborhood values to that maximum number. So this is used to reduce the size of the image. So as you can see, the details are a bit lost, but it takes the maximum value of that neighborhood pixel. So the result of that is same as with median. It takes the median value of all the neighborhood pixels and just reduces the size of the image. So this provides a somewhat better result, and so this is much helpful. So applying median and maximum neighbor. Moving to our fourth question, which is performing the operations on a set of images. So we take similar images as we have used. Image 1 is the grayscale version of the original image, and image negative is image 1 is the copy of the original image, the Mona Lisa RGB. Image 2 is the negative of the image, which we found earlier in the question number 2. And then image 3 is a thresholded image, a basic RGB threshold, a basic binary threshold of the grayscale version of the Mona Lisa, which we found there. So first we will do arithmetic operation. It is pretty simple. We have to just use the function subtract, and then we subtract the image 1 from image 2. Image 1, which is the original image, and the negative of that image. So the result of that image would be just a second. Yeah, so this is the original image, this is the negative image, as you can see, and after subtraction of the original image and the negative image, we get this image. Same with multiplication, it just multiplies the pixel values of the image, and it is also a pretty basic function, which is just multiply image 1 and image 2. So it gives us the multiplication of the image like this. So moving up again, so we have to perform bitwise operations, logical operations, and or. So for this we have taken the original image 1 and the thresholded image 3, the binary threshold image. So when we perform AND operation, as you can also see, it is pretty much simple. Bitwise AND the function, and it gives us the AND image. So if we Just a second. Yeah, so if we perform bitwise AND, we get a black and a shade of red. So because the thresholded image was red in the middle, so if we do AND, it just get the and basically what AND does is, it if one and zero are AND, we get zero. So for that, since there are only one kind of value red here in the thresholded image, so we get only red, and the black in the outside, so we get only black. If it would have been some image which have quality, like if we have used negative image, we would have get a different result. But since it is a threshold image, we will always get a threshold image if we AND it with a original image. But if we did OR, we get the original image itself, because same concept, 1 plus 0 is always 1. So if we OR anything with the original image, we get the original image only. So there is that. And after performing, now we will perform geometrical operation, which is zooming. It is basically a resize function using interpolation. So we can choose the value which we want, like fx is equal to 5, so it will scale it by 5 by 5. So as we can see, after zooming the original image, we get this result. It's a pretty big image. It is just resized it. So moving to the next operation, which is standard deviation. It is a statistical operation, so we have to just perform the find the standard deviation of the image and standard deviation of every channel, we will get the result. It is also a pretty basic function. So we get RGB, the standard deviation of the R channel is this, ZD channel is this. We have to find the sum, and then we did the square and then the square root. So the basic formula of standard deviation is used here. So after that, we have to do image interpolation upsampling, which is almost same as resizable. Just we give the pixel values and we interpolate to the nearest pixel. So we get the upsampled image like this. As we can see, this is the zoomed in image and this is the interpoled image. So there is that. So that's it. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I forgot to mention that I have uploaded the code in the GitHub library, lavsachdeva/image processing, and the whole code is here. So if you want to go through any of the code, or if you can check it, or if you want to download it, you can download it from here. Thank you so much.